Well, welcome back to another chilly Front Porch Friday. I'm not on the front porch, obviously. I'm on the leeward side of the cabin, trying to get out of the wind. It's chilly cold. I don't like to do the videos inside because I don't think I have good lighting there. So I tried to come outside and try to get. I feel the wind going down my neck now. So anyway, said last week I didn't know if I was going to do this video or not, and this is about what has happened on January 6th, the protesting at the Capitol. And some people, the only ones I see it calling a siege or a riot is the CNN type reporters. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I see that only one, and honestly, haven't really followed this very much. I've pretty much given up on politics over the years. I used to be hardcore. I mean, I'd be listening to Glenn Beck and Rush and all them, 20 years ago, something like that. And just nothing ever changes. No matter how much I got worked up, no matter how many they got worked up, nothing ever changes. And it's designed that way. Oh, you think it's going? You think your party or your man or your woman's going to change things? Nothing ever changes. The needle just barely moves this way. This is center. Just like this. Oh, they promise you it's going to move like this or this. It never does. It's right in there. And so anyway, but I've seen one good thing that did come from this. And conservatives, you should be paying attention. Okay, if you got an R between by your name because you're a Republican, and that's the way I always vote. One thing you need to take away from this is that the people you continue to elect let you down. But you know what? The majority of you will go right back and vote for them again. Your elected officials let you down. It's true. Every one of them let you down. But if they run next time, you'll be there voting for them because they got an R by their name, and I'm a conservative, and they're conservative. Blah, blah, blah. No, they're not. No, they're not. They say they are because that's what they're supposed to say to get people like you to keep voting for them. But they're not. Okay. Right now, the conservatives, and most have always been this way, they're so afraid of butting heads with the liberals on the other side of the aisle, and they see the writing on the wall for the next 4 years, 2 to 4 years, that the Democrats are going to be in control. So they're going to flip over and go, oh, pet my belly, I'll do whatever you want to. Okay, this ain't Democrat or liberal versus conservative. I'm conservative, but I'm also realist. And that last video I posted after the election about who won the election, I said we need to forget our differences as liberals and conservatives and whatever, come together. Well, there were some comments made. Prove my point exactly. Some people can never get past. Well, I'm conservative. I'm Democrats. Blah, 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 I'm Democrats. I'm conservative. Blah, 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 blah. Some people can never get past that. They can never rise above that. And there were some comments that proved my point exactly. And the politicians know this, and that's what they keep on. Whether you got an R by your name or a D, your politician counts on that. But and I don't think we ever will in this country. I think it's just going to keep going, leaning toward the liberal side and continue to go that way. And nothing will ever change as far as things getting better for our country or us. But should it ever happen, should we ever forget our differences? Okay, you represent most everything I think is reprehensible, but I'm willing to stand shoulder to shoulder with you to get one thing changed. And that one thing starts at your state and goes to the federal level, and that is term limits. You want to see real change in this country? Let's come together with each other and hold our elected officials accountable, or our candidates. If they're running, they're again. Let's just take term limits because that's going to be the basis for all change. Okay, Miss or Mr. Candidate. I don't care if you got a D or R or I or L or whatever but next to your name. If term limits is not your main concern going into office, going into this election, you're out. We don't vote for you. Well, but she's got some really good ideas, and I don't care. We have to come together as one issue voters to get this done. And when we get that done, we will stop having career politicians like Mitch McConnell and Pelosi and Shoemaker or whatever his name, Schmucker or whatever his name is there in New York. Because that's where the real power is. And they know that. You pass term limits. You watch how these people turn inside out. And they will cut you from top to bottom to keep from having term limits. You watch. But it ain't going to happen because, like I said, the average person, average voter is not going to rise above themselves to come together with somebody else. You really wanted to see change in Washington, you do that. When we don't have career politicians no more, when it's passed and we say, okay, you've been in here for, 2 terms is all you've done been here for 5 terms, you're no longer eligible to run. Go home. Go find a real job. Okay. And say, and they're again on the state level as well. This is why I don't talk about politics or even polit no more, because the average politician is smarter than the average citizen because he realizes that he or she realizes they really have to screw up to not get elected again. They just really have to screw up bad. But when we get those type of Inhofe and Langfords and Pelosi's and those career politicians out of office, then we'll see, and when they know going in that even after 1 term, if they don't do what they say, and we start holding them responsible for their votes and their legislation, then we'll start seeing real changes. But they know we won't. All they have to say, well, if you elect me, I will make sure you get this. And this, we'll give you this if you'll just vote for me. 20 years later, 20 terms later, they never get what they promised, and you're still voting for them. That's part of the damn problem. Well, if he's got a D by his name, or if I don't vote for him, then maybe the other guy might get it. And I don't like him because he's part of that other party. That's part of the problem. That's part. Well, but this other person don't believe like I like, and that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. You're as much to blame, though. If you can keep voting for the same person because they got a D or an R by their name, or an I or L, whatever, and he's been in there more than 2 or 3 terms, you're part of the problem. I used to be part of the problem because I used to vote no matter what, straight ticket, man. One day I realized I've been voting straight ticket for 20 years, nothing's changed. Get the same promise. We're going to bring jobs. We're going to get good jobs. Yeah, we're going to get jobs. No one politician does anything by themselves. Let me just tell you. If someone's telling you they're going to get jobs, they're a liar. The president doesn't do nothing without the Congress. The Congress doesn't do much without the president, but the real power is in Congress. Let's not kid each other. Term limits. We got it for the president. We need it for everybody else. Whether you're a freaking county commissioner or a U.S. senator. Because once we start, 2 terms, once we start holding our representatives and senators to 2 terms, you'll see, then you'll see this needle moving for the best of the country and for its citizens. But right now, there are very few House of Representative members or senators who really think they work for the citizens of the United States. Oh, they will tell you they do. They really don't believe it. This Markwayne Mullin the other day. Oh, well, I was right there, and someone said this is my house. I said, well, it's my house too, and you don't have a right. Bull hockey. He's a rhino. He's always been a rhino. Ever since he said, oh, if I'm elected, I will serve no more than 2 terms. That was 5 terms ago. You're a liar. You're unreliable. I would never vote for you, but yet my fellow Oklahomans in his district will vote for him every time. Well, because the other person's a liberal, and we just can't have that. Okay, well, we know Markwayne Mullin is a liar from his very first campaign. He can't be trusted. He's a rhino. He doesn't have the best interests of Oklahomans, but yet they think he does. Ooh, how about letting him 2 terms? Okay, Mark, you've done been in 2 terms. You can't run no more. Go back to do what you said you was. Go back, go to work. Oh, I'm just no more than 2 terms. I'll be going back and going to work in my company. How about doing that, Mark? How about holding yourself to your word? And when we do limit them 2 terms, we won't have politicians who've never had a real job in their life other than being a politician. That's part of the problem with this country. I'm just saying, nothing was really accomplished. I didn't follow January 6th much, maybe 10 minutes total so far, because it's the same old, same old. Conservatives bad, conservative Trump support is bad, Trump, all this. Now, if it had been from another group, a liberal group, it would have been, oh, they're marching. They're marching on Washington for peace or change, real change. Isn't that what they were doing January 6th? But, you don't hear that. You'll still turn into your favorite TV station. I'll give you a little tip right now. You really want to see crap that goes on in this country? If you're listening to any news based in the United States, you're not hearing squat. You hear the same old regurgitated stuff. When I had cable, and I was in town or near town that had cable, I'd watch Indonesian news and news from Japan and India and stuff like that. And the stuff that they had that happened here in the United States, I'd never heard of. Even sometimes when I went to Google and tried to find it, very hardly even a mention. No, what all you heard was Democrat bad, Republican bad, conservative blah, 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 fight, 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 fight. The system is designed to keep us at each other's throats. Just a quick update. Haven't got to upload the video yet. And I seen something last night. Flipping through the channels, I caught a piece of news. I don't watch the news hardly ever, unless I'm trying to find out what the weather is. So, I caught this news clip. Google has removed Parler from the Android App Store and told them, until you get a handle on the right-wing extremists who are causing social upheaval, we're not going to let your app be in our store. People, I've said it before, and I promise this is not going to be a political channel because I don't follow politics hardly anymore. But I'm telling you right now, this is not politics. This is Google and other companies like Facebook spoon-feeding you what they want you to know. And if you don't believe it, you're living in a pipe dream. I've been involved with search engines since the late 90s. Even before there was a Google, I was messing with search engines. Google has this thing that they think they're too big to do any wrong. And they can, just like politicians, they can screw you over and they know you're going to forget it and keep using Google. It's one of the reasons I use DuckDuckGo when I need to search something. But anyway, I was floored. You're going to remove this app because Parler, I'm not on Parler. I know a lot of conservatives are. And this is a way that Google's going to do their part in controlling what you see, what you think, what you read, just like Facebook will control. They'll throw up the little, well, you know, the election was won by President Biden. Well, this is fact checking. Who's fact checking the fact checkers? Anyway, when you see stuff like this is all about controlling how you see, controlling the information you see. And there's just so many people just fall right in line with it. Hey, yeah, okay, if Google says that, that must be true. If Facebook says it, it must be true. So anyway, I just want to add it to this video, and I'm going to get off my political rant now and get back to fun stuff. So I thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoy this Front Porch Friday. Like I said, I'm not going to make this channel a political channel, but there are times things that I think do influence those of us who live off grid or live on a homestead. This is one of the reasons I wanted out in the woods by myself. One of the reasons, one of the many reasons, is so stuff like, you know, social upheaval and this and that, and, you know, doesn't affect me as much as somebody who may live in town. So, or have that lifestyle of living in town. That's it. You know, right now conservatives are just, you know, flipping over backwards because, oh well, you know, all three branches of the government is going to be controlled by liberals and blah, 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 blah. You know, well, you know, Obama had all three branches of the government in his first election, and there again, oh, that needle just didn't really move a whole bunch. So anyway, enough of that. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Am I off base? You know, what do you think? I'm telling you, you know, I used to be an astute observer of politics. I used to really follow politics. Last 10 years or so, maybe 15 years, nothing ever changes. Nothing ever changes. I don't think we will, I will tell you this, I don't think we will ever have another truly conservative president in the United States. I just don't see it. I'm not talking George Bush conservative. What a joke. I'm talking Ronald Reagan type. I'm talking Trump type, who will stand up to the establishment. We had a really conservative Democrat back in, what, 64, John F. Kennedy. How'd that turn out for him? How'd it turn out for Reagan? How'd it turn out for Trump? If you really get someone who bucks the system's not going to allow that to happen. I mean, we could get on the road to it by initiating term limits, but through our senators and House of Representative members, like I said, at the state level, at the federal level. Not going to happen. So anyway, that's about my take on it. Agree or disagree, hey, I can discuss it as long as as long as you can discuss it like an adult. I can discuss it adult and get some stupid rant comments and stuff. I'll just delete them. So anyway, hey, thank y'all for watching. It's a beautiful day. I got more pallets I got to unload. I'm getting a collection, but I've got use so far. I got uses for all of them. So anyway, y'all have an awesome weekend, And we'll catch you during midweek when I post another video. And next Friday, we'll have another Front Porch Friday. Good Lord be willing.